It's 2024, but yeah.
Dog.
I pressed the wrong button. We go this one, and we go, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, a.k.a. Rickshaw, and you're nerding out with Rickshaw. Ha ha! And you're also nerding out with.
What's up, guys? I'm Fuzz.
What's up, nerds? It's Rabbit.
And we are here without Toby today because he had to work late due to all the freezing temperatures in Texas because it got real bad, didn't it, guys? Yeah. Didn't it get bad here in Texas?
Oh, that's terrible.
It was awful.
We got that quarter-inch of snow that just
shut
down the entire town.
How bad was it in North Texas, Fuzz?
This week it got down. Like the last couple days, it's gotten down into the teens.
Right.
We had no precipitation. Week prior, 2 weeks prior, it snowed about 6 inches here in Crum. It snowed quite a bit. And Munster, my hometown, got like almost 8 inches of snow. Like it snowed a lot here. It was good snow, which was pretty cool. But
there's no good snow, bud.
Oh yeah, there is.
No,
yeah,
I've seen Jack Frost, that movie, the horror movie.
Dude, it was terrifying. It was terrifying, and he's always nipping at your nose and stuff. But it was nice though.
Whoa, without consent, dude.
Yeah, dude, I know that Jack Frost, bro.
That's what I don't like. Jack Frost sounds like a jackass. If you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I do actually. I do know what you're saying.
But yeah,
you do, Rabbit.
I'm
Sorry.
I'm not a big fan of cold. We've had this discussion a lot this week, especially because, like, you know, I had work canceled for me on Monday and today because they're like, it's a little cold out. We don't think many people are going to show up, so stay home. And of course, Toby's still at work, but like only in Texas. I remember whenever I lived in Kansas, they're like, huh? Like you could be like, hey, it snowed like 5 inches and there's like people stranded on the highway. We closing the schools, and they're like, huh? What are you talking about? Hell no. Hell no, we ain't closing no schools, dude. Me and Rabbit.
But
go ahead.
Built for that though. Those state, like my wife's in Kansas City right now. They got tons of snow. They're built for that. Texas isn't built. We don't have snow plows, and we have to makeshift sand trucks and stuff to hope that they can get out there and salt the highways and sand the highways. All those other states are just built for that. Got to be tough.
Ford tough. You know what I'm
saying? Amen, brother.
Brother.
I'm going to ask the chat real fast. Can you hear us? Is everything going okay?
Can you hear
I can't even see us. Can't even see us. All I see is Rabbit. I don't see anything else.
Yeah, I was trying to get the YouTube up so I could watch it, but
yes, I'm on the YouTube right now. Everything's looking good. I haven't really tested the audio, but if you're in the chat, let us know if everything's going good. It looks like it's all showing up on my end. But yeah, Toby usually runs the stream and all that stuff, but he's at work late. And it was quite the feat for me to try and make it all happen since I don't have dual monitors. That was kind of like the hardest part because whenever you're capturing y'all's cameras, you need the screen to be completely still after you set where you're capturing the cameras from Discord. And then you need a second monitor to make sure everything's going okay. So in this scenario, I cannot touch my main monitor at all, or your cameras will get off and start, you'll start seeing.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they're gonna get off. They're filthy little programs.
That's what I do on camera, baby. That's what I do on camera.
But yeah, we had a year behind us. It was another year. How did you guys feel about 2024?
I mean, it's another year.
Come on, lay it on me, dude. I want to hear the truth, y'all.
Actually, no, honestly, 2024 was pretty fun. If I look back,
it was,
especially with the topics we're going to talk about today. There was a lot of cool shit that happened.
Right. I mean, yeah, we're gonna talk about
look on the bright side.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the best music, the best movies, and if you want, I thought about this on the way home. We could talk about the worst of all those things too. You know, worst movie you saw, worst music that might have come out in your opinion. But yeah, we honestly we need to get on it. We're running late, so we really need to get into it. What?
Yeah,
Rabbit,
January's almost gone already.
yeah,
So true.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
really
Well,
true, dude.
you know, with after Christmas, and then we had I had a vacation going on. All of our own schedules haven't really been lining up well because I've been working different jobs than I used to whenever we kind of would keep it consistent because they're all pieces of shit at that place. but you know, Fuzz is going to go in there and beat everyone up except Rabbit.
Except Rabbit. I mean, love their pizza. That shit was tight, so I don't know if I want to do that, you know.
Man, you love everybody's pizza though. Come on.
I do. I love everybody.
What places would you even like if you were if you were to just straight up be like that place sucks ass when they make pizza? Who is it?
Rabbit. What was that place we ate at when you were in town? An Italian spot.
Oh, I don't remember what it's called.
I would put them on fucking blast if I knew their name. Fuck them.
It's like a little like
it doubles as a yoga studio.
It's
you just
super woo woo pizza places.
Like they have all these fancy pizzas. Like, nah, dude, just give me a cheese pie. I don't care that it's oven baked and touched by the wings of angels with olive oil that was created from families in Italy. That, you know, I don't care. Just give me pizza. I don't need fancy. And it sucked.
Dude, I need
pizza
somebody.
Was good.
I don't care if
The
somebody's
atmosphere was
smoking
all
a
garbage.
cigarette when they're fucking making my pizza. They're like a little bit of ash in there, a little bit of sweat.
Yeah.
Those things could add. You know, like places that don't add much salt. Just get a sweaty guy making the pizza. Then you.
Mike, what was that? Do you remember that bar we went to one night when I was down there and they served pizza really late? It might have been like me, you, and Lee. And as we're pulling up, because they're like known for their pizza, we were pulling up and there was like a fight going on in the parking lot.
Oh, you're talking about Warpath.
Warpath.
Warpath. Yeah.
That's what I want my pizza places to be like. If I roll up and there's a fight in front of it, it's gonna be good.
They're like, so 3, y'all need seats for 3. Did you bring your chains? Did you bring pocket knife? Yeah, switchblade. Be fast.
You have your brass knuckles.
You're like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot I had a knife in my pocket. They're like, no, you're gonna need it.
Yeah, yeah, get it out.
You only brought one knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see. Guns? I'm gonna need to see everybody's weapons because if you walk in here with a concealed
minimum 2 knives to get in the door.
But yeah, I shout out to Warpath Pizza because that place is tight. I like that place.
Dude, it rocks. And I'll never forget walking in there and they're like, you might want to wait to go in. We're kind of handling some stuff. And like the people are just throwing down in the parking lot. Like, no, I'm going in and I'm going to get something. This is amazing.
Hell yeah, dude. They got mozzarella sticks that are like fucking cheese logs, dude.
They're like the size of a cell phone.
They're like egg rolls, but like cheese logs.
Yo, like cheese logs that won't let you poop for like 2 weeks because of how much cheese is in them. That's what I want.
Oh,
that's what I want.
Keep talking. But you know what's funny? One more thing before we move on to the main topics. You ever? I noticed this. This is kind of disturbing, but this dude I knew that I used to work with, one time he sent me a video of him eating he was like about to eat a taco and he like showed the taco and then he like dipped it. It was like a barrio taco. Dipped it and then the fucking thing cut out and I was like, yo, if you're gonna film the taco and you're gonna dip it, I'm gonna need to see that bite, dude. You just can't take away the money shot.
You're teasing me. You're teasing me right now.
But all right.
Oh, hey, look at this. I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah, cuts
you're
out.
edging, You're edging your tacos right now?
Yeah.
You're not. Don't you edge my tacos. Dude. Not in my America. No, sir.
It was like if you're in the middle of a theater and the power goes out and they're just like, all right, everybody out. Sorry. You just shut off. We're out of power. You're like, hey, do we at least get a free ticket? No, dog. What are you talking about?
Happened to me before.
That's what it
that
was
has
like.
happened to me before
But
in a movie theater.
I gave him shit, and like 6 months later, he sent me the bite. He was like, he's like, yeah, I knew you wanted to see that. I was like, it's been fucking 6 months, dude.
Did you come or what?
Damn it, man. Some things you just don't talk about in public. All right. Let's get to the main
Movie quotes, baby.
Which one do we want to do first? Y'all choose. You want to do music first? Do you want to do?
We can do music first because the other two I have nothing.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. We actually talked about that, Fuzz. We
live shows? You don't have live shows?
Live shows?
I have one. I went to a
went
couple.
To something.
Yeah, I went to a couple.
Dude.
Yeah, but like, dude,
I'm not talking
That's
about
fine.
Yo
That's
Gabba Gabba Live either. Okay.
yo,
Hey, Yo Gabba Gabba Live is
it's fire, dude.
All right. Let's start. Let's start with music then, Fuzz. You kick it off. I mean, mine aren't in any particular order. You know what I'm saying?
My number one is pretty solid as my number one.
Okay. Okay, tight. I don't know. I haven't actually got a chance to listen to that yet. I don't know. I've been seeing that album cover. Yeah, I think I've been saying. Wait,
It's
maybe,
so
no.
good.
Wait, maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of another band that you like a lot. I'm not gonna jump the gun, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the red one with the gas mask. I bet both of y'all have it on the
Oh,
list.
yeah,
Probably.
Oh yeah.
No. We can talk about this real
that
quick.
came out 2 weeks. That came out 2 weeks ago. Rabbit and I just
okay.
discussed
Okay.
this
Yeah, yeah.
earlier.
It's
Okay.
2025, so that's off.
It's out. That's
yeah,
number
yeah.
one album of the year for 2025 right now. So
Let's
All
stick
right.
to your guns. Yeah.
Story
yeah,
so far.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
That's my number one.
I haven't had a chance to really jam that one yet, but I have been seeing a lot of memes going around about that band, and it's like, it's lighthearted, but it was like somebody doing all the lyrics, and he was like getting crazy, and then he's like me watching my favorite band, and then he's like doing all the vocals, and then he's like, nah, just kidding, this is what it's really like, and then it just shows him standing completely still and singing all the songs. And so he was just giving the dude shit because apparently he doesn't move around anymore, right?
Well, he does in his other band. He used to in the story so far.
I was thinking that much.
Oasis.
Oasis,
he's a-
right?
He's a huge Oasis fan. If you can't tell by the way he acts on stage.
a hoot and a half. Actually, props for that one just coming out, like you say it all the time. But do you say that all the time? Do you say hoot and a half all the time? Or was that like a first today?
Oh no, dude! Dude, you know where I come, dog? That's
You know where I
boy.
come? I don't know where you come.
You know where I come? You know where
Do
I
not
come.
You know
come.
where I come. I do not.
Yeah,
come.
no,
All dried up.
dude. I'm
I'm
hoot
gonna
boy.
come.
So, hey, get in there. Rabbit, for your number one. Let's just go number ones, 'cause-
Number one is hard for me because,
All right.
like you said, they're not in any particular order. But
Toby's calling me right now. Can I answer this on live?
he's-
Toby's
well,
calling me
he's-
right now.
He's texting me, and he's
By all
like,
means,
"Don't
go for it."
exclude me." And so
What?
we'll talk about his selections. He's texting
What's
me.
up, Toby?
Mike, not to cut to full screen. He doesn't have the audio set up right.
Don't cut to full screen, Mike. You don't have the audio set up right.
We couldn't hear you at all.
Oh, are you
Couldn't hear me at all.
Oh, so you're talking about when I go to.
Okay, bye.
Nah. All right. So this is the best we could do. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just
you
don't cut away.
Fuzz said the story so far. Sorry, I switched to his full screen. Apparently, I do not have the audio set up right now. So we're gonna stay. We're gonna stay on this split screen right now.
That's fine. Let's just do that because it's easier. Because I just saw somebody say that I was muted, which is probably a good thing. But
Thank you, Toby. Thank you,
Thanks,
Toby,
for
saving us.
Yeah. Thanks.
we love you, Toby.
We miss you.
Your
We need you right now.
We need you. We are lost without you. Please don't ever work late again.
That's crazy
Quit your
because
job right
earlier somebody I don't know, I'm not gonna say who, was saying he was a little bitch and he has an easy job.
Not me.
So
I think that was you.
I'm pretty sure that was you that said that.
I know, but I was being
just
facetious. I was being
I was sitting there like, oh, dude, his job sucks. Oh, man, you just turned me into an adjective. Dude, you can't do that. That ain't cool, bro.
I was being facetious. Hey, everybody put in the chat how much you love that. Facetious.
All right, Rabbit, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine.
Let's get that.
Please tell us your number one.
Yeah, get
Okay,
it out.
I guess if I had to pick a number one, it would be Greyhaven Stereo Grief.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
Just because I love that band so much.
I do like
Anything they
me.
do is like top tier.
I do like me some Greyhaven. It's not. I mean, I only put like 5 albums on my thing in no particular order. It is one of the last ones that I realized. Yeah, I like Greyhaven a lot. They're sick dudes. They put out great albums. And they have that old school flair. You know
Old school vibe, dude. They just. What was their last record? Everything in This Room Dies or whatever that was.
Yeah.
That album was. I didn't think they could top their first one. Then that album came out, and I was just like, "Motherfucker! Wow, like you guys are like." Then this record, dude, I didn't even have it on my list.
It sucks because it's only like technically, I guess it's only an EP, but
right?
Because I think they're trying to get off a label or something, so they just put out something.
Dude.
Yeah.
Still counts.
But it's still fucking sick.
All right, Mike, what was
I
yours?
just wish it was a full length. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was just gonna throw out that EP for Counterparts.
That's on my list. That's so on my list.
Yeah.
Same.
It's just
same.
It's
same.
like it's so short and to the point, and like you could just put it on and jam the whole thing and not even realize you're done with it, and it's like sick. Every song is sick. So
say something though.
Okay.
If I recall, several weeks back, somebody on this show, it was not me because I would never say this, said that it had too many breakdowns on it. Ricky, do you remember who that was that said that?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I didn't say that it has too many breakdowns, but I said
That's
that
exactly
there are
what
a
you
lot
said, Ricky.
of breakdowns. Because there's
no.
like
You were complaining about the amount of breakdowns on that record.
Like I was complaining, but how many times do we complain about? Like we were complaining about pizza earlier. Am I ever going to give up pizza?
I will never
Am I ever
complain
gonna
about
give up pizza.
You know what? I did complain about breakdowns when we talked about Spirit Box not having a breakdown in one of their songs. That's the only time I'll ever complain about a breakdown. Otherwise, all the breakdowns. I had a whole song that's a breakdown.
Yeah, I think that it just depends, like, because there's times in life where you're in a mood for like a little less breakdowns, and then sometimes it could be all breakdowns and you're fine with it. So you know what I mean? Plus,
I'm never not in a mood for breakdowns.
Maybe
I think the most important thing here is that the Counterparts record is fucking
so hard. It goes so hard.
Yeah.
That's the real really important.
And the title, Heaven Let 'Em Die.
Yeah.
Amazing. So good, dude.
Okay, I've brought this up before, and I know Fuzz, you've told me no, but
Not.
this record specifically is so like biblical heavy, like with their like mentions, and it references the Bible a lot, and it's like, are they or aren't they? Is it a gray area? Is it like
I feel like
what is going
is,
on? It doesn't matter because I love the band so much and I love the
same.
music, but I just want to know, like, are you or aren't you?
I think it's just very anti-religion, and they just like to stress that.
I agree with that, because a lot of their stuff, like Heaven Let Them Die, like you could look at it from so many different ways. I don't want to go in deep because like I don't know. I totally, like, after you and I spoke about that.
Yeah.
Their last record, Eulogy for Those Still There or Still Here. You told me that, and I was like, I got to look into that. So I've been trying to look for it because I was curious.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a Christian band. They may not, they may not claim it, but some of their lyrics, I think, say otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe,
I haven't deep dived.
Maybe they're a lot like our, like our government. They're like, hey, yeah, we want to talk about religion and we want to claim religion, but like, really, they're really not. You know what I mean? Like, they're really not about religion, even though they talk about religion a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
let's be real. All those bands on Solid State, all of them drank so much and fucking smoked so many drugs,
right.
But they were Christian bands, baby. Every one of them was a Christian band.
Right.
Oh, I do remember those days.
Right. Like, he is legend, drunk under the table.
Yeah. All the time.
Skylar?
All the time.
Skylar at?
He's praying under the table. He's praying under the table is where he's at.
Oh yeah.
He's speaking in tongues right now.
Okay, so the top one on album of the year for Toby is Kubla Khan, Exhibition of Prowess.
It's on my list. That's
also
on my list as well.
List.
Yeah.
That one is that one's awfully short. That's probably like the shortest.
Yes.
Like the
That's a good
EP.
record, too.
I feel like that EP we were just talking about and this full album are like the same length. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's pretty close. Yeah.
Dude, that record, Toby, when that it came out, I text Toby. I was like, "Oh my god, it's so good." Toby was like, I immediately went to Ant Pile 2. He said I skipped the whole record and went to Ant Pile 2 to see how sick it was. Is what I won't forget it because that's the first thing he told me. He's like, I went straight to Ant Pile 2, dude, and it's so good.
Nice.
And funny enough, speaking of what we were just talking about with the last band, people start that the Khan is king. When that song first dropped, people thought he was saying God is king, and thought they like went Christian. And they're like, absolutely not Christian, 100%.
There were even some people saying that he said God is gay.
Oh, yeah. I guess
there were some people, dude. I've seen both of them. People were like, "Oh, he's saying God is king," and it's like, no, that's not what he's saying.
Those aren't the lyrics.
Yeah, I was really confused by that too whenever that song came out because that's like the only lyrics in the song, right? And then it's just because it's like kind of a 1 minute breakdown or something.
It just makes me
there's like
the
the speaking part in front of it that
right, and so I
that explains it.
Yeah, but I was like, wait, what did he say? You know, I was just riding in the car and I was like, what did he say? Yeah,
but if you're not paying attention, Khan can sound like God, I guess.
Yeah. But then I thought about Star Trek, and then I was like, Khan. Wrath of Khan.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But that record goes...
That record is
it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
All right.
I want to shout them out, too, for still using 808s in their breakdowns. People have gotten away from that, and I don't appreciate it. Thank you, Kubla Khan, for still doing it. Thank you.
Thanks, Korn, for starting it up.
Now that we don't have Azalea Dying, we need. We need somebody to pick up the mantle of 808s.
It's true. It's true. I think Tim Lambesis, he kind of. Never mind. I'm not even going to make a mean joke. Let's continue.
Yeah.
He's Azalea dead.
All right, Fuzz. What's another one?
Another one. All right, a band that I'm recently started getting into because I saw them all over the place. Hope I Die Here by a band called No Cure. They're heavy as fuck, and they have a record. They have a song on the record titled "Hang Me from the Bible Belt," and it is amazing. So No Cure. I Hope I Die Here.
No
So
Cure.
good. It is not everyone's cup of tea. I'll say that now. It's just big breakdowns, old school sludge metal with breakdowns in it, and I wanted to hate it at first, and then I was like, I just am so angry listening to this. I love it. Thank you so much. It's good, dude. Check it out if you dig it. If you try it and check it out. I don't know if you'll dig it, but try it. It's pretty sick.
Try it out.
Try it. You might like it. You never know.
Rabbit, hit us with another one, dude.
I'll just shout out the shirt I'm wearing right now. The new Better Lovers album dropped.
Yep.
Highly Irresponsible. And it's a banger, of course.
Yeah, I'm pretty into that album. That's one of my choices also. I put that on my list. But we have, the thing I have to say about this is the problem in our world is we put out too many singles. You know what I'm saying? We put out.
That's true. I had to stop listening to all the singles they were putting out because I wanted to wait for the album to come out.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it's like eventually you're just going to put out the whole album, just single after single after single. It's like.
I like how Counterparts just surprise dropped an EP. I would rather bands do that than put out 5 singles and then only have an 8-song album. You're like, well, there was already 4 singles, man. Why are you?
I've already heard all these songs.
Yeah, I don't care about half of these songs because I've already heard them.
I feel like all the people that want that though are like people our age. Like everyone our age is like, I want a whole album. I want album art, and I want a full story with all the songs. Right? I want to listen to them.
I want lyrics in the CD book.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, and then but like this new way of life is like people only do singles because everyone's attention span is so fucked because of TikTok. You know what? We should get rid of that. We should get rid of TikTok.
I think they tried. It didn't work.
I think they tried, yeah.
Who tried? Who tried and brought it back?
Biden tried, and then Trump brought it back.
America tried.
America.
And just like many other things.
Just like Mama tried.
Failed. Just like Mama tried, baby. What's yours, Mike?
All right. I mean, I was going to say Better Lovers for that one, but the 156 Silence record that I was telling you about, I've been jamming that. It's a pretty sick record, especially if you like that talking into screaming kind of sound, because like every song is going to be like, and so if you like that, you're going to love this album. But
all right,
if you can't stand
it's a good record.
But it is a sick record, yeah. It's got a lot of
I agree with that.
It's got a lot of new metal shit going on in there too.
156?
156 Silence, yeah.
Yeah.
Never even heard of them.
They're pretty dope.
They're good, dude.
Yeah, I've seen them live
too.
I saw them play with like, I think it was
didn't care for their live show.
Orthodox.
Yeah,
I thought they
didn't care for their live show. The songs, I mean, it just, I don't know, but the records are good, dude. They really are. Like I enjoy their records. I just didn't care for them live.
I got you. But yeah, and let me get out Toby's too. I'll get Toby in here since he was blowing us up, saying not to exclude him. He put a local band on his list from Denton.
Terminated?
The God Awful Truth.
Oh, yes. The God Awful Truth. That's
cold.
sick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They are a sick band.
They're pretty rad.
From Denton, Texas. They got that old school grindy thing going on. I don't know. What would you compare them to? Because it's like old school weird. You know what I'm saying?
It's very old school weird.
It's like Daughters and like old Dillinger, but not as complicated. You know what I mean? Not as mathy.
I don't know how they're not bigger. Truthfully, they're really good. I've seen them a few times.
We live in a tough world, dude. So I mean, you could be a band for 10 years. Or you could be my nephew Chai and make a song and put it out, and he has like 18,000 views, even though the song's been out for like 4 days or something. So you just
Damn,
Good
little
for
Post
you,
Malone
Chai.
over here.
yeah.
Good for you, Chai. Good for you, Chai.
Mainly
That is-
Australian listens, but that's what's crazy nowadays is you could be
Listen.
a young kid writing music, making beats,
Yeah.
and you could get way more attention than all of us old people that put all of our effort into it. So.
That's how it happens.
yeah.
Every
It is.
generation, there's a new person that gets famous.
Yeah,
You
dude.
just
Yeah.
have to live with it.
It sucks, but it is what it is, man.
All right. Keep it going, and then we'll come back to more from Toby. Oh, Toby had counterparts on here too, so we could.
Of course
we
he
could
did.
X-nay
Sure
on
did.
that one. Even
Right. I'm gonna go with one that I know you guys haven't heard of. Big Ass Demo is the name of the EP, and it's a band called Big Ass Truck.
Okay.
Dope.
They're so fucking sick. Just
I think
I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Just go listen to them, dude. They're
Big Ass
so good. Yeah,
Is
dude.
that
They're
the
just
one
called
that
Big Ass Truck.
Juan? Is that the one that Juan sent us? And I was like, a coal chamber, and then everybody, I don't know. It was just like
It could have been. It could have been. I don't remember, but these guys kind of like, dude, they have one part. They played for the kids show out in California, like it's a Christmas show out there. And I watched it. I was just watching videos on YouTube, and all of a sudden they were just like go into a breakdown, and then the crowd just chants "Big Ass Truck," and then this breakdown comes in, and I was like, I need to listen to this band right now because that sounds awesome, and I can't stop jamming. It's so good.
Big ass truck. All right.
It said
Ass
2024 on Spotify, so I'm hoping Big Ass Demo came out in 2024. But I just started listening to them probably about 2 months ago, and so dude, they're sick. I don't care, they're sick.
Big Ass Truck.
That-
I'm pretty sure I saw a video on YouTube of them too. So,
Dude, it's so good.
because all of our phones share data. Somebody texts us about one of their songs. It's gonna affect my YouTube. It's all relative now.
Big
It's
time.
like one of you guys sends a dick pic. All of a sudden, I've got nothing but gay porn in my suggestions.
It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally the algorithm, dude. It's
Definitely not you looking up gay porn.
Yeah,
dude.
totally
I
not.
don't-
Totally not.
Totally
couldn't see
not.
you
I
doing
I
that
prefer to call
anyway.
it trans porn. Okay,
Oh my god.
but
Jesus, dude. Jesus.
Jesus has nothing to do with the porn I watch. Okay,
Literally has nothing to do with it.
Big ass.
You said it, man. You said it, man.
All right, Rabbit.
All right. The last one on my list, because we've covered all the other ones. The Black Dahlia Murder album, which I was wary of. I was wary of because of Trevor, obviously. And I was like, what are they going to do? But I feel like having Brian step in and do vocals and getting a different guitar player, I think was the perfect move for them because he's the only one that can, pay tribute to Trevor and still have the credit, and not have a whole Linkin Park situation going on,
Right.
So, and the album fucking rips, dude.
So good, man.
It's one of my favorite
So
bands of
good.
all time, and that album fucking rips. And I just think they nailed it. So yeah.
Album so sick.
Nice. Speaking of Linkin Park, I did put that new Linkin Park on my list because
Absolutely not.
What can I say? It's pretty dope. I've listened to it more times than I've listened to some of the other things we've suggested, so it's on my list. Linkin Park.
I'm not mad at it. It's in my honorable mentions.
Rabbit approves.
sure.
Doesn't
my
What do you
honorable
think, Fuzz?
mention.
Tell us the truth,
doesn't
Fuzz.
doesn't get a mention from me at all. The only time I will mention it is when I say it's not good.
Hey,
I-
Fuzz, I want to be
but,
ignored.
And that's
Okay.
harsh, bro.
Oh, dude, no, it's
Also, shut up when I'm talking to you.
Dude. Hey, guys, this is my December. Leave me alone, okay?
January.
We've moved
Well,
on.
never mind. Never mind. Oh, it's a good record. It's just not on my radar. Like, truthfully, for what it is, it's a good record. I'm definitely not gonna shit on it because it's a good record. It's just not.
That's why I didn't put in. That's why I didn't put it in my top 5 because I've only listened to it like 3 times. You know what I mean? And the other albums I listen to like almost daily because they're so good.
I think that that album also suffered from too many singles before the album. You know?
Agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He should have just released one to show showcase her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I can't remember her name, so I'm just saying her. I apologize.
Emily Armstrong.
Emily Armstrong. They can't. I feel like they should have just showcased her, put out one single after the live performance, and then dropped the record. Like, here's what she sounds like. Everybody, do with that what you will, and then drop the record. I don't. They put out too many singles, but that's like a different kind of money they're dealing with. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, most bands at that level aren't putting out good albums on, like, according to fans like us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So good job, like, making me like even a handful of those songs. So,
guys have any more honorable mentions?
Knock Loose.
I was going to say Knock Loose.
I
was going to say that one. I was going to say Analysis Paralysis from 4 Years Strong.
Yes, dude, that album's so
dude,
good.
that record is so good.
Yeah, I have me about that one too.
That record, it goes pretty hard, man. And then I have another one it's a band called Locked Shut, New Chaos. Sick Rabbit, you would like them, Ricky. Locked Shut. I don't think you would care for them much, Ricky, but they're pretty sick, dude.
I mean, I love and I hate their name, so there's that.
Dude, I know it's
like
the world we're
Snapcase,
living in, man. I love Snapcase. Thank you. Mugshot. Love Mugshot. I can keep going. Cold Snap. If you've ever heard of Cold Snap, dude, I could go on and on.
These
Isn't that
names,
a beer?
Though, it's like Banged Head. It's like, hey, what happened? Banged my head. Oh,
Finger Flicker.
Do you remember that band Flicker Stick? Remember that band Flicker Stick?
Yeah.
They were so bad. They were so bad.
Firecracker Burn.
Husker
M80 Burn.
Husker Don'ts.
Yeah. Just anything.
Screaming Memes.
Anything you could go to the hospital and claim happened. That's a band name,
Our friends own a fireworks stand, and we went there on New Year's Eve, and they had Husker Do's and Husker Don'ts, dude.
You're gonna stay here owning a fireworks stand. Tell me, you ain't got no screaming memes.
You remember when Jay would get hammered and just start going Husker Do, Husker Don'ts.
Yeah.
You remember when he would just get drunk and just start saying that over and over again?
That was a J-bism for sure.
That and wow, wow, wee, wow. That's what he really did when he got drunk. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Anyway, we're gonna.
Toby said, "Foreign Hands." Foreign Hands.
Oh, I forgot about that
What's
record. Yes.
So
that record
and he had Boundaries on there. Boundaries, Death is a Little More. I thought Boundaries.
It's a great record too.
I like Boundaries a lot.
Fuck yeah, dude. Boundaries and Orthodox. I could watch both of those bands live all day long.
I feel like if you take away the music though and just let him scream, he just sounds like someone who's so pissed off in his own room a lot.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He's like yelling at his PlayStation or something.
Like Knock Loose.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I remember the first time I heard Boundaries, I was weed eating. I was doing yard work for my wife's grandmother. Boundaries on their, I forget which record, he has a part where he goes, kick it, and it's a two-step part, and I was weed eating, and I'm in the backyard, and I just started two-stepping because I was like, who is this band? Like, once the part I checked my watch, and I was like, all right, I got to remember this band, and I've loved them ever since. Have a kick it into a two-step part.
Kick it.
Sold. That's all I need to hear.
All right, we have AJ in the chat says the album I'm excited to hear is from Dawn of Ouroboros. Never heard of them.
That's
AJ.
over this guy's head. I have no
We're
idea.
gonna
what
have
you
to
just
check
said.
that out. AJ. I don't know
Is
why I
that-
keep saying your name like that, AJ. But
He's excited to hear it. Does that mean it came out in 2024 or not?
Is this AJ? Is this a 2025 album that's coming out, or did you hear it last year? Also, Big Biss says, "Is Big Ass Truck named after Lee?"
Yes, it is.
Big
truck.
Big truck. I have Lee stories about vacation because
Oh wow.
the first couple of days it was like everywhere we went all the time it was like, oh hey, it's 11, let's get something to eat, beer and a shot, another beer and a shot, and then like
You
it's
surprised?
and then we'd like
Yeah,
meet
dude,
up.
you're on vacation.
We met up with Eli and he's like, two shots, 2 beers, like, and it got real wild, and it got to a point where I was like, tomorrow I'm not drinking that much. And then we got up the next day and Lee's like completely quiet all day. You okay, Lee? Huh? And we're like, and then Eli, we met up with Eli and he's like, Lee's being weirdly quiet, and he's like, I don't feel good. So he just wasn't talking. And then the next day we went and hung out with some people that he knew and he was friends with, and he's like, I can't go, man. I just don't feel good. And so he just stayed at home pooping water for most of the day.
Like he and I talk about on the regular, like, yeah, we can't do that anymore. Why do you try it?
Dude.
Like, just don't. I'll go and drink my 10 beers and then go home. Like, I don't want to do shots and feel like miserable death the next day, because we're all old now. That's how you die. That's how you die. It's taking shots.
Die.
Well, some of us
How
want
you
to die. Okay.
Stop it, Rabbit. Stop it right
Stop.
now.
Oh shit, dude. Don't point the pen like that, dude.
I'm going to do it.
Dude,
I'm going to do it.
you got super 3D when you got that pen out, bro.
Look.
I have one more honorable mention of that.
Ooh, let's hit me with the honorable mention. What do you got?
So I just found out like 3 days ago that Darkest Hour put out a new record.
Dang.
And I don't know if y'all. I love Darkest Hour. I've loved
I
them
love
since
Darkest Hour too.
forever, since like 2002 or some shit. When
I
Under
saw
Your Roof
them.
came out.
I think Mike, you might have been there. I saw him with Cephalic Carnage, Whitechapel, and Darkest Hour. One of the sickest shows I think I've ever seen in my entire.
I don't think I was at that show, but one time
sorry.
I'm pretty sure I saw them with The Bled and Poison the Well. I think it was The Bled, Poison the Well, and Darkest Hour or something like that, and that was a sick show. But we also toured with them at one
Yeah.
point.
I think I saw that tour actually.
I think it was maybe it was.
Did y'all play at the Granada in Dallas?
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
Dillinger, wasn't it? Us.
Yeah,
and
it was
Dillinger.
Dillinger,
and
Darkest
Dillinger,
Hour.
Animals as leaders.
Yeah.
Animals
Oh,
as
yeah,
leaders. Dillinger. Yeah. That's
That was
where
a sick fucking show. Too.
Yeah.
That's when Animals trailer got stolen twice on that tour.
Oof.
Remember that?
Oof.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, their new album fucking rips. I think they got their
I'll have to
old.
check it out.
I think they got one of their original guitar players back, and it's like good Darkest Hour.
Good,
you
good.
know what I mean? Like the good shit. Yeah, because it was shaky there for a while. The couple albums were like, I don't know, but this one fucking rips.
I will gladly check that out because that band goes so hard.
Kier in the chat says, Element Emperor Holdsworth. Hey, what was FUZZ's first pick since he was quiet? Thanks, yo. It was.
I
What was it
want
again?
to disappear. The story so far.
So far. That's what it was. But yeah,
Such a good record.
those are some good records. Lots of good heavy stuff. I feel like 2024 was a good year for some art. As far as business in this world, yeah, lots of corporate shit going on. Lots of people getting screwed.
Well, we had the pandemic. That's put a halt to a lot of projects.
Yeah.
And then there was a writer strike, which
Uh-huh.
the music side, not as much, but like movies as well and
Yep.
TV. But now it's like everything's back
Yeah,
full
we're
throttle.
finally
So now we're getting
past-
like all the good shit that's
Right.
been built up for those last 5 years.
Hell yeah. I mean, as long as like, a big corporation isn't like halting all the creators from doing what they want, you know what I'm saying? But we did get a lot of cool shit, Thanks a lot, A24. You know what I'm saying? A24 is just like, you got some weird shit that it's gonna make everybody cringe in the theater out loud. Yeah, let's do it. Here's money.
Hell
Fucking talk about it.
I'm here for it. I'm here
Yeah.
for it all.
So yeah, speaking of weird movies that you think about all week and wake up sweating and screaming to, let's talk about our favorite movies of 2024, because it was like, for me, it was like mainly horror movies that were like on my list. So, and I know that Fuzz isn't going to have much input for all the movies he's watched this year or last year.
I have one that's a pretty solid.
Well, let's start with you. The best
pretty
movies
solid.
of 2024.
And I saw mostly kids' movies in the theaters because I don't go to movies unless my daughter wants to ever.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
Deadpool 3, I thought was pretty fucking amazing.
Hell yeah, it was.
Actually, it just popped into my brain because I was like trying to rack my brain. Don't get me wrong, Wicked was dope.
Wicked was pretty dope.
Wicked was tight. It's on at my house all the time. Wicked was dope, but Deadpool was just a good movie. I'm glad we finally got, and like it was that's my top. And then I have nothing else. I literally have no other picks. That one was an adult movie that I saw in the movie theaters.
Dude, honestly, Deadpool was, I mean, for us to only get one Marvel movie all year, that was the one to take up the whole year. You know what I mean? Because
absolutely.
But it had to be good since it was going to be the only one. Like
Right.
it had to be good, right? They couldn't have put out a shitty movie. So
yeah, and it did a lot.
I'm happy about it.
It did a lot for rated R movies, especially since it was like the first high profile rated R Disney project. So
it's tight.
Yeah. I'm glad there was a lot of angry Karens out there, or else it might have not have done so well. But
good art pisses people off.
Yeah. Well, I saw something today even that was like, one of those you just cringe and shake your head. It was literally a video of two girls being like, listen, I liked the first couple of Deadpool movies, but this movie is just straight up fueled by the devil. And I was just like, what?
That's a bad
What
thing?
are we talking about? And then there was like even a red guy with like a devil horns and a tail. And like, how could you not realize this is Satan behind this movie? And I was like, what the fuck are we talking? They're mutants.
Shut up.
Thanks Satan for a dope ass movie.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
Thanks a lot, Satan. Let me
Dude, I
Venmo you.
could care less.
Let me Venmo you.
I don't care. I mean, if we're gonna be real, all Hollywood is the devil. Let's be real. If we're gonna go that route, so shut up. Probably like other movies.
Only reason we have
some.
Only reason we have cool shit. If
Yeah.
you're gonna
I mean,
go that
you're
route.
not definitely not getting an argument out of me there. That is 100% accurate. I'm gonna go put my kid to bed. You guys,
All right.
talk about your movies. I'll be right back.
All right.
And if you're just joining us in the chat, we're covering our favorite movies of 2024. If you guys want to throw it out there, the things that you watched, we'll come across it after we get done talking about some of the shit we picked, and we will we'll call it out, because it was kind of hard because there were so many good movies in 2024 that it was hard to kind of remember. I actually looked through all my ticket stubs in my phone's wallet or whatever, and just to like see. I'm sure there was a lot of movies I did not see that I'm probably going to be watching, at home soon. But what else you got, Rabbit, for 2024?
Well, okay. So like you said, it was nearly impossible to pick just 5. So
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a list of 10 and I have honorable mentions.
Okay.
But we already knocked one off the list, so that's good. And I know
Yeah.
that
Same.
you and I are going to have a lot of duplicates, so that'll
Yeah.
knock some more off the list.
Right.
So Deadpool, Wolverine, top
Yep.
tier.
Yep.
I'm going to try and pick one that might not be on your list
Okay.
unless you want to go first.
No, you go ahead.
I will say Anora.
Okay.
I don't think that's probably not on your list, or you haven't
No.
seen it yet.
I haven't
But,
seen it yet. I have heard a lot of good things about it, but
And it's awesome. It's like it's the new Pretty Woman, but edgier. She's a
Mhm.
stripper and she
he's-
kills it the whole time.
and
he's like a little
he's like the kid of
his-
a crime boss or
a
something,
Russian like crime boss. Yeah.
Yeah,
He has a lot of money. He's super rich, entitled, and they get married and then shit hits the fan. And it's a great movie. It's a great watch.
Hell yeah, that's dope. I did hear a lot about that. I heard a lot of people that were like, I went to see something else. My plans got messed up. The only movie available to watch was Anora. Was kind of interested, and then they're like, it was dope as hell. Glad I accidentally went to see it.
Yeah. And the actress, Mikey Madsen or whatever her name is, she just kills it the entire movie. She's
Wasn't she
acting
the
her fucking
killer?
ass
She
off.
was the spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Wasn't she the killer in
She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wasn't she in a Scream movie as the killer? Like one of the newer ones? Dewey, the dude from
Was she?
I think so.
Was she in the Scream reboot?
Yeah, well, she was the Dewey,
wow.
Not Dewey. The guy
Huey?
from Huey from
yeah.
The Boys. Like he
Yeah.
was the killer. He was the spoiler
He was
alert,
the killer.
y'all. He was the killer, but she was his accomplice in that.
Was that
one
her?
movie.
Oh, okay.
I think it was her.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna say that my number one pick, because it was the most traumatizing of all the movies I watched last year, is The Substance. It was the type of movie that was like
on the list.
God, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? And then it kept leveling up. Even whenever you're like, it can't get no worse than this. And then you look at your watch and you're like, oh, wait, we're not even halfway through the movie. And then you say it again. Can't get no worse than this. And then you're like, oh, shit, here comes more. Thought about that shit for like 3 weeks after I watched it.
2024 was definitely the year of like wheels off endings, and I love that. It was also a year of a lot of dud endings.
Yeah.
But which was disappointing. But a lot of the good ones were like, and Substance was one of the good ones. The ending is wheels off, and
It's
if you haven't seen it,
there's not many movies. There's not many movies where you leave the theater and you're just like, okay, damn. I guess I could stop sweating now. But Substance, Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, is it Dennis Quaid?
So hot.
I heard somebody was like, a lot of fucked up shit happened in The Substance, but watching Dennis Quaid eat shrimp with full squelch. But if you want to get traumatized, and you have a fear of getting older, go watch The Substance. You will.
Yeah.
You might regret it.
You might love it.
In a good way. Yeah, in a good way. All right, what else?
Okay, I'm going to pick one of my favorites. It might also be on your list, but I love this movie so much. Alien Romulus.
Yeah, Romulus
was so
on my list
fucking good. Like that movie, it paid tribute to the original. It was shot, the first 15 minutes was shot for shot, or first 10 minutes of the movie, whatever.
Yeah.
And like mostly practical effects, it captured the aura of the original film in my mind.
And it took you there, lots of movies.
It put you in that world.
Yeah. Lots of movies you could watch and be like, yeah, it was cool, but like you don't feel immersed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they
exactly
they start you off deep inside of it. Sexy. I know.
Yeah, they
Deep
do.
inside.
And hey, let's be honest. Aliens always been kind of sexy.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah. But that's
know?
another thing that with some of the original Alien movies that they did very well is like they made you feel a part of what was happening, and they made you feel creepy. You know, like they made you feel like you're on a weird planet, you know, with a bunch of fucking weird aliens running around.
And you're like isolation is a big part of it, and they just did that. They
lots of people. I know lots of people didn't like that ending though.
Whatever, get out of here.
But I think it was also
first of all, that dude is real. That's a real person in prosthetics. So like he exists. It's not, you know what I mean? Like you can talk about creature design all you want, but it's practical, and that's a real human being that was dressed up like that. So in my mind, that legitimizes it. And if you didn't like it, I don't know.
Well, you could,
the movie back.
It's also though like you could not like that ending and still have to agree that the whole movie was sick. You know what I mean? Like it was very thrilling.
I feel like the rest of the movie really like backs the ending. You know what I mean?
Right.
If that makes sense.
True. Let's read one of. I think Toby sent me some of his, but I think Rabbit's gonna have some problems with some of these. I know I'm gonna have a problem with at least one of them. But he says long legs. He says long legs was one of his favorite top 5. We all know. I'm gonna pretend that y'all know. I'm gonna pretend that the chat knows, but we all know. Me and the chat knows how Rabbit feels about Nicolas Cage doing Nicolas Cage shit. You know?
Yeah, but okay.
Daddy!
No, you're telling the truth.
Yeah. But I mean, I really liked Long Legs. It was in my honorable mention, and I thought that movie was really good. I can understand why having such a polarizing villain, actor-wise and character-wise, might throw you off.
Yeah.
But
okay, this is what I want to say, and I want it to people. I want to be very clear, and I want people to really listen to what I'm saying. Okay, no, I don't like Nicolas Cage as an actor that well, but he does do some good projects. He's not the problem with this film in my mind. The problem with this film is the ending, and it's a problem with a lot of movies that came out this year. Mm-hmm. The ending is trash. Like it's just not good. Like I'm sorry. Like we were talking about the Substance ending, and that's how you end a horror movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the ending is just mediocre in my mind. Like,
see, I thought it was good. I thought it was good, and I didn't have a problem with the ending. But the way they present you the ending, kind of makes
it's just basic.
It makes it seem like they weren't very confident in their own ending, right?
Yeah, it's so basic. Like, okay, they wanted this movie to be The Silence of the Lambs, right? They wanted this movie to be the Zodiac or whatever, but those movies have very like good endings. Like the ending of Silence of the Lambs,
those are based on
one of the scariest.
Too.
But that's what they're trying to do with that movie with Long Legs. Like,
well, Long Legs had a demonic kind of like ending,
and that also took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
the shift mid movie to like the demonic stuff kind of took me out of it.
So was Nicolas Cage in that movie?
Yeah.
I guess you're right. I had a lot of issues with that movie, and it just wasn't
right.
It wasn't.
I still liked it. I thought it was very atmospheric, and I thought it was like, okay, I'm gonna say 7, but like not as quality. I had the vibes of 7 with like a supernatural twist to it, you know. So those are a lot of, and there's just a lot of polarizing ideas to mix a detective.
Yeah, but once again, think of the ending of 7 and how epic it is.
Right.
And like people still to this day say, "What's in the box?"
Right.
Like,
say it at least twice a week.
Long Legs didn't have that. It didn't have anything. What's the ending to Long Legs? You don't even know.
Listen,
she shot the dad.
I used I used to say
Spoiler,
what's in the
dude.
box all the. I used to say what's in the box all the time, dude.
Exactly.
And I was talking
Exactly.
about Cracker Jack
Because-
box. Okay.
No, you were quoting.
Oh.
Whether you knew it or not, you were quoting 7.
Dude,
Now, if we had a movie about my life, it would be about Cracker Jacks. Okay, I would say what's in the box.
Just saying the endings matter to these. The endings matter, and it feels like for a lot of these movies, the endings are just like a forethought, like an afterthought. You know,
You know what?
it's like they have a really cool premise, and then the ending is just like, well, whatever, we'll just end the movie.
I feel like that's becoming a thing in a lot of movies. The ending is not as they're focusing so much more on the story. The ending is like there's a couple that I've seen. I'm just like that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I
Don't
feel
make it
like
like
the
they used
biggest,
to.
the hardest thing to do is to write a consistent horror movie that's good all the way through, and then give it a good ending. I feel like there's a trade-off that always has to happen. You know what I mean? Like, if a lot of shit is good in the movie, it might have a shitty ending. If the beginning kind of sucks and it's slow, it might have a good ending. Right? So there's always like these trade-offs. But Toby says, because he's in the chat, he says, Long Legs just pissed me off because the promotional hype train of scariest movie. But I've had this conversation with Toby, and I was like, Toby, you're an idiot for even thinking that that's going to be true, because every movie company is going to take anyone saying that. It's going to be like Larry's basement. Larry in the bottom of his mom's basement podcast says it's the scariest movie of the year, and every movie company is going to use that to try and push their movie.
Push the movie, yeah.
Yeah, and the first time in the year where somebody forgets that somebody else called another movie the scariest movie of the year, another movie company is going to put it on their trailer and say that their movie is the scariest movie of the year just to sell tickets. So, like,
Right.
Obviously, all of us that are really into movies should never believe that it's the scariest movie of the year. You know what I mean? Or even when they say, like, it's the #1 movie of the year. And it's like, yeah, because it came out this week and there's nothing for it to contend with. And it's going to be the #1
There's
movie
no
for
other
like
movies
a
yet.
week. So, you know what I mean? It's like, so there you go, Toby. He said, I
There you
felt for
go.
it this time, though.
But you, scary
right.
movies. You guys are goobers.
Okay, we're going to talk about one that Toby had on his list that I kind of have problems with, and I wanted it to be really good, but it is not the greatest. It's Maxine. He put Maxine on his list.
Yeah.
I really wanted it to be good. The whole Maxine trilogy, or the X trilogy, started very strong and then slowly fell off. I think that X was the best one. It made me terrified, especially when you combine sex and old people. It's fucking terrifying.
What does
And
your
then-
search history look like? What do you
I've
search
been
for?
That's what X is about. It gives you
I
those
know,
things
Josh.
that literally, like I never thought. Okay, like whenever you go to a scary movie and you're like, these are things that I'm not going to be scared of. But when I first saw X, I was like, wow, I never would have thought when I walked into this movie that they're going to be using A, old people, combined with B, sex, to freak you out. And it worked because
I will never watch it, but just by the sounds of it,
yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
not for me. You know,
And then
just
the sequel was pretty good. What was it, Toby? What was the sequel? Pearl. That's what it was. Pearl was pretty good. It was just, about the old lady from X. Like, it was her backstory, and she was just a psycho. And then we got the third one, Maxine, which it just wasn't, to me. It started really strong and it was really cool. But I'm gonna say this one. Oh, Rabbit. I'll say this.
Sorry.
I'll say this. Maxine was pretty good at the beginning, and then the third act is where it really kind of fell off for me because it
Yeah,
just
the shootout.
it got wacky. It turned into like a skanky detective shootout, like
The
LA,
shootout, yeah.
like
Not a
shoot 'em
fan.
out, yeah. And then, but the part that got me, there was one jump scare part in the whole movie that I felt
Yeah.
in my
There's
entire
the one
body.
scene.
She, spoiler alert, she steps on this dude's balls with her heel, and the way it's shot, me and Rabbit were just like, ah! Like you could like hear the dudes in the theater like scream.
Yeah. That was probably the only good part of that movie.
Yeah. I mean, her
Sorry.
acting was pretty good too. It's just
Yeah,
she
I mean,
didn't
she's an incredible actor, but
yeah, especially when
movie
she does a bit of dialogue because she's supposed to be auditioning for a movie, and you're just like, wow, somebody paid this bitch a lot of money.
yeah, that movie wasn't, like I said, I have 10 movies, and that wasn't even on the list.
All right,
So,
let's get back to
that's
your
how-
list. There.
That's how much of a disappointment that one was. Well, I'll just throw it out there. Nosferatu. That
Nosferatu
movie
is dope.
fucks. Nosferatu
I like
fucks.
Nosferatu.
It's so good.
You know, once again, a lot of people had problems with it.
They're all wrong.
No,
Every
man.
single one of them.
Just like it bothers me so much that like there's people like I hate a lot of things. It's because I just hate them. I hate it's like, oh my God, that shit sucked. Many people love things that suck and vice versa. Like it just makes me laugh. Like a lot of people had problems with it. Yeah, but if it was a good fucking movie, it was a shit. Like
I thought it
the
was
fuck?
a good movie,
Like, what-
but I feel
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. It's
even
just, it's
even
a
bringing
thing.
you into the equation though, I feel like if you watched Nosferatu, you'd hate it. You'd like after
What was
the
it
credits.
about?
When the credits roll, you'd be like, "That's it."
I'd be asleep. I'd probably be asleep.
You'd be stupid.
if it's a I love endings that make you think that. Truthfully, I love the endings like that where you're just like, are you serious? Really? That's how we're gonna end it? And like I can't think of a movie like that off the top of my head, but every time I see one, I'm like, oh my God, fucking thank you. It pisses me off because I want to know. At the same time, I'm like, I appreciate that. It's just like the main character fucking dies. I love that. Whenever they die at the end, that's awesome. I need more of that in my life.
I like that
40
shit,
days
too.
and 40 nights. 3 days and 40 nights where he ends what's his name ends up fucking dying.
You know what I love? I love whenever a movie introduces you to a character at the
7
Josh
days of
Hartnett?
night. 7 days of
It was
night.
like Josh Hartnett.
7
40
days.
days and 40 nights.
But that was the sex movie.
He dies in
was
that
the-
movie?
No, you're talking about
this was
the Alaskan
what is it? 7
movie. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Alaskan
it's like
vampires.
7 days of night, 7 days or
Yeah.
something like that, dude. I totally. As soon as I
Isn't it-
after I
is
said it, I was
40
like, wait a
days?
minute.
It's 40
that's
days of night, right? And then
40
the
days
one,
of night. I don't.
and the one
fucking
you
know,
were
'cause
talking about was like 40 days.
wasn't
and
Josh
40
Hart
nights or
wasn't
something.
Josh Hartnett in 40 Days and 40 Nights and this other movie that we're
Yeah, I
talking
think
about right
so.
now?
I think
You're talking
he was.
about-
Wasn't he in
Wait.
both of those?
Are you talking about the vampire movie, the
Yeah.
30 Days of
Yes,
Night?
30
vampire
days of
movie?
30
night.
Days of Night.
Yeah,
30
30
okay,
days of
sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
30
And Josh
Days of
Hartnett
Night.
is in both of those.
Yeah, he is. in
Dude,
them.
that's so it's a good confusion.
Yeah,
but
they're both
yes,
pretty
he
love
does.
sexy.
I love yes, exactly. Lucky
Wow.
Number 11 was a great movie, and so was The Faculty. Anyway,
Faculty's dope.
Yeah. Josh Hartnett, dude. Sin
shout
City?
out.
I will
See,
go
I
ahead.
just pulled those out of nowhere, dude. I just pulled the see. I
Top of
used
my-
to watch scary movies, dog. It was
I will.
dope.
I will
just
say
don't
this
care.
too. Speaking of Josh Hartnett, I'll give an honorable mention to Trap because Trap came out last year.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
back off. Back off. I'll take you on. Okay.
Headstrong.
Trap was a M. Night Shyamalan movie, and it takes place in a fucking show, a pop star's show.
Oh
a live
yes.
show. But
And
Yeah.
They made that movie already. It's called Sudden Death.
damn, that's an ice hockey. Isn't that an ice hockey game with Jean-Claude Van
Yeah,
Damme?
and they already fucking made that movie. It's called Sudden Death. Fuck you, M. Night
I'm sure there was
Shyamalan.
oh yeah, the Last Boy Scout. There was a scene where they took. It was at a football game too, right? Remember that Last Boy Scout with fucking
no, I
Bruce
don't.
Willis, Bruce Willis and Damon
And
Wayans.
It was a,
And Damon Wayans.
it was a great movie. Great
Yeah,
movie.
that was a great
Yes.
movie.
It was
All right,
no
but
Sudden Death.
but I will I will give honorable mention to the M. Night Shyamalan movie Trapped because Josh Hartnett was killing it. He was a great actor, even though the movie kind of just dwindled away at the end after they gave it 5 endings. When they're just
Yeah.
they're like,
Well, that movie, the problem with that movie, like we've talked about before, is that they gave away the premise in the trailer.
right. But that's the
And
only
I
way
know-
they could have got people in the seats of the movie theater.
Yeah, but it's M. Night Shyamalan. you know there's supposed to be a twist,
Yeah.
and they just they gave that one away in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Shout out the village.
That was disappointing.
Yeah. Shout
Shout
to
out the village.
Hey, I fucking
Hey.
love the village.
Never
Same,
go full,
dude.
Never go full retard.
What you mean, you people?
But yeah,
Anyway,
but Lee, that's a good segue though, because a horror movie that takes place at a pop star's show leads us to the better and more superior version of a horror movie taking place at a pop star show, Smile 2, which was fucking crazy.
so good. It's
Yeah.
so these movies should not be this good.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
but they
Smile.
are.
Smile is like a big movie studio production, and like most movies done by huge studios, especially horror, have just something missing. You know what I mean? They don't hit very well, even though they're fun to watch. You know, lots of popcorn movies happen that way. You're just like, this sucks. But I'm loving it. How much it sucks. I'm gonna eat some popcorn. But Smile 2 genuinely was one of those movies after the credits roll where you walk out and you're like, okay, I'm fucked up now. Yeah, trauma.
How you like when you're trying to find something to watch, Netflix, you let the trailer roll. You know, just let me see what this is about. It was one of the days when my wife was out of town. I'm like, I'm gonna see what's on. That trailer played. I turned my lamp on in my room. I was like, nah, no, fuck that. And then like, I can see the face, the smile, and cool. I love that you guys love that shit. That I don't need any more problems with my anxiety. I don't need that
too.
shit.
Like leading up to that movie, that trailer was in like 5 months worth of trailers. Like in every movie we saw for 5 months, I was like, at first it was like, can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that. Jesus, I'm tired of seeing this commercial. Oh my God, I'm tired of seeing this commercial. And then Rotten Tomato scores came out for it, and I was like, damn, we're gonna have to see it. We're gonna have to see it. And I was full traumatized. Pretty hot. I was fat after that movie. Pretty hot in trauma.
Dude,
Pretty hot and traumatized.
Yeah.
That
PHAT.
if the I love that it was as scary. Like the trailer was fucked up, right? The fact that the movie held up, you know, usually like you said, you guys, it gives everything away in the trailer.
Yeah,
It's cool that the movie held up because like trailer was scary as fuck. I don't even
like Mike was saying.
Imagine what the movie was
like Mike was saying, you saw that trailer 20 times before you saw the movie.
Yeah.
If you go to movies regularly, and even then, it doesn't matter. The movie still holds up. It's still that good.
Yeah.
And like, it's not a new premise necessarily, and it's not. It's mostly like jump scares and shit, but it's just done so well.
Well, and it's also like us being, you know, people that have played shows and stuff. It's fun to be put in the shoes of an artist, and you're like backstage a lot, hanging with like, you know, like part of the premise is like how she's like trying to pull her shit together and like not let everyone down. Everyone on her team is like expecting her to make this full comeback as a star, and then the things start happening.
Oh, this shit starts-
Yeah, so
she gets haunted.
yeah, she gets haunted as fuck, just like everywhere, just like on stage rehearsing, haunted.
Haunted.
Get a
Congratulations.
haunt.
You haunted
You
yourself.
get a haunt.
Yeah, you
get a
ass got
haunt.
haunted, motherfucker. But
That's sick.
yeah,
One day I might watch it, guys. I might watch it. I might do it.
it's pretty messed
Yeah.
up.
I do it.
I'm
Probably
gonna-
won't, but
I'm
you
gonna
know, whatever.
I'm gonna throw another one out that's on Toby's list. I also put this one on my list. Maybe it wasn't like top tier or anything, but definitely worth talking about. Furiosa.
Yeah, it's on my list for sure.
I thought
Great
it was
movie.
I thought it was
Great
dope
movie.
as hell. He put in parentheses the visual effects sucked, but I'm not gonna say that they sucked.
What?
They just didn't. They just
I thought
didn't.
they were great.
They literally had like way less of a budget than the other Mad Max movie. So they had less to work with kind of a bigger story, you know? So that's probably why you sound like a hater, Toby.
Oh, you know, Toby's always drinking that haterade, dude.
Yeah, he's got hater tots in his lap right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Furiosa was dope as hell.
I almost like. It's hard to say this out loud, but I almost like it better than Fury Road.
Damn, dude. I
mean,
honestly,
almost. They're neck and neck. You know what I mean?
And
well, I think on paper, if it had the extra love that Fury Road got, I think if Furiosa had the same love and the same like budget, I think they would be neck and neck. You know what I mean? Like, I still think Fury Road is a little bit better because of those facts. But yeah, it's just some scenes.
I don't know.
Some scenes
I might have to watch
tell.
them.
You could tell.
I might have to watch them back to back and see.
We should. We should have a double feature.
Do a double feature.
Yeah.
I only watched them because I went over to John's to write music. This was we watched Fury Road. And then like a couple weeks later, whatever, that had come out. Lee was like, let's watch this. It was Lee. It was John Lee. Somebody made me watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck, both really good. Because I hadn't watched either of them, you know, I could less. Dude, they're both great. They were both, like, really, I thought they were well done, but, you know.
Yeah.
I think you could have.
Yeah, they're both
kid movies every day.
I think the only thing that maybe lacked for me is like they could have drawn out the revenge story a little better. You know, like obviously Furiosa was pissed and had a reason to kill Homeboy, but it could have been a little more. Could have been a little more extreme because there were times where Chris Hemsworth was like, I don't know, he seems all right. You know,
dude, I loved his performance too.
Yeah,
his performance was great in that movie.
Yeah, he's just never a dick. He's never a fucking disgusting dickhead, and you just finally see him once.
You love to see it.
Yeah. So, and he's
ride him till his dick was Thor.
Damn, I want to fuck him till I'm Thor.
Fuck him till I'm Thor.
All right, what else?
One or two.
I got a couple more.
Shout them.
It's crazy. Most of these are like sequels or reboots.
Mm-hmm.
But Dune 2
was dope.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Dune 2 was fantastic. It's better than the first, the part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Epic as shit.
Yeah,
I don't even care about Dune, really. You know, like as a franchise, but and then I watched, piggybacking off of that, I watched the new Dune show. Also really good.
Okay. I just like
on HBO.
Also, it's the type of thing too where like you could be a hater and say you don't like those movies, but like, damn, those movies took a lot of effort to film on location, and like, you know what I mean? Like they're out in the desert filming shit, and it's like most of those were like on location. So I don't know, like
yeah. I mean, I don't know who's saying they hated those movies, but they need to pull the stick out of their ass is what they need to do.
You need to fucking pull the sand out of your butt.
Pull your head out of your ass.
That's what they
I
were.
I didn't see the second one, but the first one was great. Like I'm like you. I could care less about Dune, but the first one was tight. Like what? I knew nothing about it going in. Cool. So
I feel like
the second one's got to be dope too, right?
People were probably just pissed that they got sand in their house after the theater experience.
They got sand in their vaginas, it sounds like.
Yeah, buddy, that's it.
Get him, Rabbit. Get him.
Yeah.
Dude, sandy vagina having asses.
Damn, dude, who's that character? Is that a character in the movie?
I just don't think people appreciate. I just don't think people nowadays appreciate what we're getting.
Well,
like
it's obvious.
I agree with that. They're spoiled.
We have the technology now to make these grandiose, fantastical movies that wouldn't exist like otherwise. And then people just shit on them constantly.
And people,
it's garbage. It's trash. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we couldn't make these movies 10 years ago. Really.
Another thing to your point too is like people will say some shit and then completely sell themselves out for a bit of entertainment at home in front of the fucking TV, because even Kraven the Hunter, which everyone in the world hated and refused to go to, even if you didn't see it, or even if you know what I mean. Apparently, this week is the #1 digital release to happen. So like I've seen people just being like, oh yeah, hey guys, remember when we all said we were gonna band together to say fuck you to Sony? Why is it the #1 movie to rent now? Like, what the hell?
People just suck.
Yeah.
Let's be fucking real.
Yeah.
People just suck.
And, well, they're just idiots too. They just I don't know.
Okay.
And
go
go.
ahead.
I'm not going to
No.
go on a rant.
Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah. No, you're fully allowed to go off on.
We'll
Kraven the
keep
Hunter.
moving.
No, it's not even on Kraven the Hunter. It's just in general. Like, you're talking about, people don't appreciate the movies that are being like. I mean, I just use this as an example. The last 3 Star Wars movies, right, dude?
Yeah.
Were incredible. Like, not the movies themselves, but the graphics, the visuals, everything were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The storyline, it was just 4, 5, and 6, whatever. It was still so good, and people are just Star Wars fans hate it. No, it's fucking stupid. Yeah, guess what? But it still looks so fucking cool. That there's a couple parts in it that just look amazing, but people still get pissed off about it. Do you remember what we used to have to watch?
Star Wars fans are the most complicated, though.
They're the worst. They're the worst.
Yeah,
100%.
because
and also, film is a visual medium, and people get upset like when.
Rabbit, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I just like, that was my example, because people pissed and moaned about that. Like, the visuals in those movies were really amazing, awesome.
Yeah.
Just you have your right to hate a movie. I hate everything. I hate a lot of stuff. Like, some of it just looks amazing, and like Dune, that movie looked incredible. Like, the only reason I watched it is because of how cool it looked in the pre. That's the only reason I watched it. I knew nothing about it. It looked cool as shit.
hell yeah.
It
But
was
you know,
cool as shit.
Star Wars
Both of them
people,
were cool.
I feel like the Star Wars people are locked into a pattern that's going to repeat until they're dead. They're going to say,
Yeah, absolutely.
they're gonna be like, what the hell are these prequels? These prequels suck. I hate them. And then a few years go by, and they're like, we're doing new ones. And they're like, what the hell is this shit? This shit sucks. They're not as good as the prequels. The prequels were so good. No, you said you hated those movies, remember?
Yeah.
I never said I
hated-
hated them. I never said I hated them. I loved them. They just, were kind of different. And then the next time we get another set of, Star Wars movie that'll come out, people are going to be like, what the hell is this? Thinking about it, those other movies weren't so bad, but these new ones are terrible. And it's just going to keep repeating forever.
It's like, if Star Wars is your favorite thing, and you have tattoos of it on your body, and you name your kids Leia and Luke, like, why don't you just like Star Wars? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Like,
be done with it.
because it seems to me like you hate Star Wars.
Right.
The majority of Star Wars stuff that exists, you hate.
Yeah.
You don't love Star Wars. You fucking hate it.
My wife loves Harry Potter, the Harry Potter books, which is why my daughter is named after a Harry Potter character, because of the movies. She hated the movies, but she's happy that the movies were made. She prefers the books. She doesn't hate the movies. She likes them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna go so far as to like get a tattoo or name your kid after a character, like, you got to fully commit. You either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
Like,
You can't
you
be
love
like,
Star Wars or you don't. You love Harry Potter or you don't. I love fucking Fast and the Furious. Like, and I like.
Yeah, everyone knows it.
Where's that
Like,
Paul?
you know what I'm
What's
saying?
that Paul? I heard you were going to name your firstborn Paul. Like,
I might. I know. I'll name him Brian.
Brian. He's going to be named Brian Vin Boulay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I love Fast and the Furious, and everything that they put out, I watch and I love it. It doesn't matter how ridiculous or stupid it is. I know that it's ridiculous and stupid, but I still fucking love it because I love Fast and the Furious.
When you told me that you loved it, I thought you were doing a bit. I thought you were fucking with me. and then we started talking about it more, and you were just like, dude, once you get past all the bullshit, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. So now because of you, I go into a lot of movies like that now. If you can go past the bullshit, if you just who cares? Who cares if that's not real and you couldn't actually do that?
It's a suspension of disbelief. No movies are real. It's all fake.
Right. Well, I mean,
you can either choose to like it or not.
And Die Hard was based on a true story, but that's neither here nor there, obviously. And The Matrix as well. But I digress.
Terminator was Terminator based on a true story? Shut the fuck up.
Not yet.
Yes. S was a warning. Nobody's listening to said warning. So yes, it was real.
You know what? That might be true. We'll give it another 10 years.
Was real. And because people are like, oh, AI is so cool. None of them have seen Terminated 2. But Terminator 2. So you know what? Whatever. You guys want to get killed by a bunch of robots, just do what you got to do. But anyway, because of you, I go into movies with expectations like that now. Like, really, just who cares how possible any of it is? Stop thinking about it that way and just enjoy
never understood why that was even a factor anyway.
Because
why does that have to be based in reality? Like, that could never happen in reality. Who fucking cares? It's a movie. It's not reality.
Exactly.
It's supposed to not happen in reality.
Once you can, it took me fucking basically tell me I'm an idiot for having expectations like that to be like, damn, that motherfucker's right. And now I watch stupid movies like that.
You think vampires are based in reality? You think you think wizards and witches and warlocks are based in reality?
You think rom-coms are based in reality?
You think rom-coms are based in reality?
You're getting really hurtful right now, Rabbit. Yes, I do think wizards and witches are real, and yes, you're being hurtful. You're being hurtful right now.
You think unscripted reality shows are based in reality?
No, those are the most made up shit on the planet.
I know shit, right? Right.
Those are more made up than Fast and the Furious.
All right, I got one more. I got a couple more on my list. Late Night with the Devil. Late Night with the Devil I thought was super amazing, especially because it's like built like a live show, like a live studio, like talk show, and like most of the movie follows that formula. And I thought it was fucking dope, especially to just kind of like present your whole movie like that. And
yeah, I need to watch it again because maybe I missed something the first watch. It just didn't like.
Maybe you just don't like late night talk shows, dude.
No, I do. That's not that's not even the issue.
Maybe you're used to Conan.
Just didn't. No, it just didn't. Some movies are meant to make you feel something, right?
Right.
What? And that one just. I had high expectations going into it, and then it didn't really make me feel anything. So maybe I just missed something on the first watch.
Well,
which happens.
That's fine. I'll forgive you.
On my watch.
I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again.
And then one more. There's one more. Oh, sorry. I got
one.
More. Go ahead.
It's probably it might be the same.
It's
one.
Gonna be the same movie. I'm gonna say two more movies, and they're gonna be on your list also. I guarantee. Fall Guy.
There's one that's big.
The Fall Guy.
Oh, Fall Guy's in my honorable mention.
Okay,
that's a good movie.
Fall Guy was
so
dope,
really good.
Movie.
Yeah,
especially
really was.
It. Because of all of these movies, none of them were just straight fun action movies that we named off, and this was.
And it's a rom-com.
Yeah, and it's a rom-com based in reality.
I felt like that movie was made specifically for me.
Right. It's like
like it's an action movie and a rom-com in the same movie. I'm in.
Yeah.
Abbott came 3 times.
I came hard.
Well, and it was super dope that like it's made by someone who worked in the action department and like throws all the little quips of being the Fall Guy, the stuntman, and wrote his script around throwing those in there. So I thought it was super cool. And Ryan
movie.
Gosling. Ooh,
Definitely.
baby.
It's a babe.
Baby boy.
Emily
babe.
Blunt.
Emily
Blunt.
Blunt.
Yeah, she's okay, but Ryan
Brother.
Gosling-
Ryan Gosling, dude.
Ryan
And it was wacky too. Still had its wackiness, doing drugs, beating everyone up on drugs.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
It's such a fun movie to watch.
It is fun.
And sometimes,
Very fun.
you know, that's what you want. Just to fucking have fun watching a
Some
movie.
good, clean fun.
Exactly.
Speaking of having fun watching a movie, I don't think I had more fun watching any movie than watching Terrifier 3.
I knew you were going to say Terrifier 3. That was the last thing on my list. Terrifier
Dude,
3
that movie.
is the funnest Christmas movie.
The number one movie in America.
Number one Christmas movie ever made.
Leaving
Yeah.
People are leaving the theater throwing up.
I mean, that it's valid with this
But if you-
movie. Like, because...
So stupid. Oh, because if you watch horror movies, it's like it's not much you've not
Well, if
haven't
you're
seen before.
if you're going to see Terrifier 3, you've had 2 whole chances to not show up to
Right.
the theater.
You should
because of
understand
how
where you're
gory
going.
it is. Yeah.
You shouldn't be surprised at this point. with
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
other
you
exactly.
shouldn't be leaving the theater vomiting, is what
Right,
you shouldn't
yeah.
be.
But I could understand some of its triggers, and obviously they want to play with those triggers, but they also kind of like do it off screen. Like I know a lot of people that are like really grossed out and really like shocked at child murder, but they do it off screen for the most part. There is one. Spoiler alert. There is
Say,
one.
fuck them kids.
Yeah, there's one where
Fucking hell,
a-
dude.
it's like a
Fucking hell.
bunch of spoilers, y'all. It's a bunch of kids gathered around a big Christmas present, and when the kid opens it, boom, just blew the fuck up. But that's another thing that I like about art. Art is not
So
above using anything
What,
to
you don't-
kill.
you don't
kill
like
kids.
art?
No,
like
Art the
art?
Clown. Art the Clown.
You don't like art?
Art the Clown.
You don't like art?
That's
Do you play video games? Do you play video games?
You
That's
like
art,
Subway?
bro.
You like Subway?
That's art, bro.
But yeah, like Art the Clown is not above anything to any way to kill someone. Like I
Right.
know that in the first couple we've only seen him do a few different, like it's mainly hands-on stuff. But now he's like shooting people with a gun. He's like blowing people up with a surprise.
He's making
presents.
bombs.
Yeah. Yeah. So and like as much as Terrifier 3 was like gory as fuck, it didn't like go full like smut. Like as to where I think part 2 kind of like leaves you in the grossness
Yeah.
for a long time,
Yeah.
and then part 3 they throw you in the grossness and then they pull you right back out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
they make
you.
it fun again.
They dip you in the grossness.
Little dip,
Yeah.
little dip, and then
Right. Yeah. Like a dip cone.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
But yeah. Good
well, that's
Christmas movie.
my list.
Yeah, that's all of mine too.
I have some on. I've
Oh, I have
Some
one
honorable
honorable
mentions.
mention. You go ahead. You go with your honorables.
well, I'll put my Fall Guy was one.
Okay.
In a Violent Nature was two.
Oh yeah. That one's
and
one to talk
Monkey,
about too.
Yeah, and Monkey Man was 3.
Oh, Monkey Man.
Monkey
Man.
Monkey Man was
good?
dope. Yeah,
Yes,
it was
I
dope
know
as
it.
shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'll
Like
have to watch
just
it.
straight like action movie. It was fucking sick.
I'm gonna say one of my honorable mentions too. Fuzz is not gonna like this, and we watched it together the other day, Rabbit. It's Twisters. I thought Twisters was some good, clean fun.
Honestly, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I will give it that.
Yeah, dude.
I
And
will
it's
give
still-
it that.
And you know what? For how ridiculous it is, we were talking about this the other day. Lee was going off on me about how he's like, there's no way it's good, and he was like, how
was
many
fun.
twisters are in the movie? And I'm pretty sure they both have the same amount of twisters, even though the new one you would think has like a shit ton more because there's just twisters in every scene. But the original had twisters in like every scene too. Like everywhere they went, there
Right.
was a twister. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Like
they're
they're-
storm chasers. They're
Yeah.
chasing them. So that's kind of why
Right.
there's more tornadoes than you normally experience in everyday life.
Exactly.
Because you're not chasing tornadoes every day of your life.
Well, like they were being stalked. Both the sequel and the original, they're straight up like, we're going to look for twisters, but now that we're going home, I doubt a twister will ever hit my house. And then they're like, oh shit. Someone followed me home. But yeah, I thought Twisters was dope. They could have left the
Bill
country
Paxton
music.
was Bill Paxton in it?
Well, R.I.P. Bill Paxton. I don't think he could have showed
Right
up for this
then.
one.
Right? But what about Helen Hunt? Was she in it?
Well,
No.
you liked
It was
Wolverine
better
and
than-
Deadpool.
I don't.
You
I
liked
don't-
Wolverine and
I don't
Deadpool. There's no
fucking-
Bill Paxton in that shit.
Look, dude. Yeah, because Bill Paxton wasn't in the other Deadpools. Oh,
What?
oh no,
You know
your
what?
point means nothing.
Well, now that you say that, all right, Fuzz, you got me.
I'm just saying. I've heard it's a great movie. And you know what? I see it on Peacock when I go watch Modern Family or whatever show I'm putting on while I'm working. I'm like, watch that.
It was
don't.
fun.
You should.
It was fun. You should
Yeah.
watch it.
One day, maybe I'll feel less betrayed and I'll watch it. But can't do it. Same for
You know who else isn't in that movie? Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's true.
You're just proving my point now, Rabbit. So, and
But you know who
And
was
Rabbit
in that
and
movie?
Rabbit wasn't in that movie either.
You know who was in that movie? That ugly ass dude from that Transformers movie. He's ugly as hell, dude. You know who I'm talking about? That Hispanic dude. Man, he looks like a fucking garbage pail kid, dog.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
I know what you're
the
talking
other one is Roadhouse. I still can't bring myself to watch the new Roadhouse.
Well, if you don't want to see Jake Gyllenhaal's abs, just I understand.
I mean,
but-
who doesn't want to see that? It's not Patrick Swayze's ass.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean-
pretty bad.
That's true.
That one was
Like-
not very good.
Does
And-
Jake Gyllenhaal pick up a doctor and bang her up against the wall? No.
I think he might. He might have banged someone up against the
No.
wall in that movie.
might.
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
with his
no, he
extra
didn't.
abs.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He like
No, he
grew new
didn't.
abs for that movie, dude.
Now I'm just getting mad. Now I'm just getting mad talking about it. I'm just so unhappy right now.
We're not gonna talk about live shows because we've went a long time. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that I'm gonna put in here that was one of the highlights of 2024, and it's the motherfucking Chicken Big Mac. I'm gonna give it the shout out it deserves. What you shaking your head for, Fuzz? You act like you ain't fat no more, dog. Come on, back me up on this.
Okay, you know what? First off, yes, so fat. Second off, I don't like Big Macs because I don't care for the sauce or any of the stuff that's on there. But the fact that it took them this long to do it, it's still pretty dope that they did it.
Right.
I'm not going to eat one. I don't even eat regular Big Macs, but it's still pretty fucking tight that they made
And
a chicken
also,
Big Mac.
I like that
Oh,
that it's
I can't
not,
even be mad about that.
It's not just a McChicken patty. It's like a full-blown chicken McNugget like patty. It's got that crisp
That's cool.
that every one of
Yeah.
those nuggets has.
Dude,
It's got that
These
middle
nuggets
bun.
go, bro.
Damn.
Oh, like
So-
between if I get it, I totally get the appeal. I'm fat, man. You don't have to explain yourself to me.
Man,
I don't do the fixins,
I
dog.
didn't mean that, dude. You're not fat, dude. You're,
Fix.
fucking,
Oh.
you're big bone, dog.
Fix. I'm fat as hell,
Fix.
but it's cool, dude. Fix.
Big
I didn't know you were gonna have a
Fix.
bunch of sauce and fixins.
fix. It's a baked potato with a bunch of fixins on it.
God, that show is so great. Jesus, that show is so great.
I've been doing a
But-
rewatch. I'm on season 3 right now.
Oh,
Nice.
dude, I did the rewatch like I don't even know how a couple months ago. And it
I
was
watched
just-
Vice Principals, and then I started Eastbound and Down.
Oh, dude.
Noise.
And then I'm gonna rewatch Righteous Gemstones up until the new season comes out.
Oh, dude. What's he say? He's like, yeah, may be able to flip it and slap it a little bit. Basically,
But I'm not gonna have time.
we're both not. Only one of us is gonna come. I just love that. part so
I'm not gonna have time to flip it and reverse it.
But basically, only one of us is gonna come. But you promised.
All right, guys, it's been a good
Look at
2024.
Danny McBride. Yes, it has been great.
Yeah.
2024. Oh,
You know, even though it has its
Oh.
setbacks, which we're gonna experience every year, a lot of celebrities died last year, though. I will say that, so that sucks balls. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
guess what? We are all gonna die. I'll tell you that much right now. Remember that shit. Remember it.
It's deep, dog. That's deep.
But
really
yeah,
care about the whole
we're
sellout.
not gonna go to the full screen mode. But hey, do you guys want to tell them about your band that you're in?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them. Tell the kids.
Rabbit,
mean,
Rabbit and I are still in a band called Terminated.
Technically,
we were just
yeah,
we were just. Oh, you moved, dude.
I don't know what we're
Jeez.
doing. I don't know what we're doing.
we have been writing music. Then the holidays happened. Then we started doing it again, and then life happens. But one day we're gonna have new. Rabbit and I were just talking about. I'm down there and I'm recording drums at his place. Oh, hopefully we would be playing a show in March, but somebody's got to go to Portland.
Sorry.
But anyway, keep an eye out for Terminated.
Portland's
Maybe
pretty tight.
it's not.
One of
Shut
these
up,
days.
Ricky.
Hey, Eli lives in Portland. Do you know Eli Rabbit?
It's,
Kind of.
Okay.
I love you, Eli. If for some reason you see this, I love you.
All right, well, guys, you've been nerding out with Rickshaw and my friends, and if you like what you see here, go and add us up on all the social medias. We usually do a show every week. From here on out, we're going to try and do one every week. I don't know what days until I get my schedule more consistent.
Solidified.
But yeah, go add us up on all that stuff. I'm also in a band called Never Rest. We're going to be putting out a 5-song, maybe 6-song EP around April or May or something like that. We're kind of banging it out right now. But yeah, it's been a fun one. Goodbye, 2024, and welcome, 2025. We're just now realizing it and sinking into 2025 at the end of the month. It's like almost the end of the month already, dude. I think we should have like an in-between month. You know what I mean? Like just a neutral
Spacer
month.
And
That's
ease into it, month. An ease into
Spacer
it,
month.
Yeah. That way whenever it freezes in Texas, we could be like, that's what you get
Oz.
during
Oz.
December.
January.
December. Anyways, quit being so facetious. See you later, nerds.